Please, put it right at me. God.
Happy New Year!
Gosh. I almost died.
This is stress. We're gonna do better. We're gonna do better. Happy New Year! Woo! Hello, you guys. This is Hey Mama, Let's Cook, where we drink cocktails and we cook some elevated comfort food that will impress everyone from your picky toddler to your grumpy husband. Typically, we drink Hey Mama Rosé, obviously, but today is something a little bit different. So, this is by far one of my most most popular recipes of the year, and it has been for years. Frankie, come here. Even Frank's excited.
Hey, Frank.
This is my New Year's Day black-eyed pea stew. And before you turn off the computer or the phone, if you don't plan on eating black-eyed peas this New Year's, we're gonna have a problem, because 2020 for sure is due to some people not eating their black-eyed peas. So this year we're gonna eat them. And if you're worried that, oh, well, my family doesn't like those, just know that my 5-year-old is sitting over there, has been begging for me to cook this all day, which is why I'm doing it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because he wants it so bad. It's so delicious. This is great too. We usually do like a New Year's Day party, like drop-in party for the neighborhood. So I like to have like a Bloody Mary bar and a mimosa bar, and have this in the crock pot cooking. So it has your black-eyed peas for good luck, and it also has your collard greens for wealth. So, I mean, why not, right? So like I said, typically we drink Hey Mama wines, but today I am drinking my Bloody Maria. So good. Which is typically, I mean, it's just a Bloody Mary, but with tequila instead of vodka. But on the blog, I'm gonna have this recipe, which is, I did mine pretty simple, but I also have a homemade Bloody Mary mix recipe that I'm gonna put on there. You're gonna wanna check the blog and make that recipe. So, let's get started. This is literally the quickest recipe. The main reason for that is because I pre-chopped my vegetables. We have carrots, onions, and a bell pepper. I just have an orange one here. The reason that I pre-chop this is because when you wake up after being up until midnight, I don't know if you're like me, but that's late. So if I'm up till midnight and I wake up and make this recipe, I need it to be quick, okay? So this is gonna be like literally 10 minutes start to finish, probably less, to be honest. So we pre-chopped our vegetables. I have 4 cloves of garlic, 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, 2 carrots. You can also add celery if you want it. Really, the sky's the limit. And then I have 4 strips of thick cut bacon that I chopped up. And you're just gonna saute that. And then you're gonna saute your vegetables in that. That is totally an optional step. You can just dump all of this stuff in the crock pot and call it a day and let it cook for a couple hours. I am going to saute it in some bacon grease first, just to get a little extra flavor. Like I said, this is elevated comfort food, and we want our husbands to clean the kitchen and let us relax for the rest of the day while they take care of the kids, right? Right. So, we're just gonna saute that. Okay, while this cooks, let me tell you about our black-eyed peas. You can definitely use a canned black-eyed pea if that's what you want. I get the bags that are the dry beans, and then you just soak them overnight. You soak them in cold water overnight, or if you're in a pinch, just boil some water, put the black-eyed peas in there, turn the heat off, cover it, and let it sit for an hour or 2, and you are good to go. Okay, here's one more tip. So the way I'm gonna make this today, it is a little bit spicy. It has a lot of vegetables in it, and my kids love black-eyed peas, so they don't like all that spice. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my cooked smoked sausage and put it in a bowl. And then I'm just gonna spoon in some of these black-eyed peas. That's really enough. And then here in a little bit, I'll microwave that so it's really good and cooked and put some spices in there. So this is what the kids will eat. Because even growing up, my parents said, I don't care, you have to eat one because we need our luck. So set that aside, that'll be for the kids. Okay, once you have a lot of that fat rendered out of your bacon, you just take it out and dump it into your crock pot. And if you don't have a crock pot, you should get a crock pot. Or if all you have is an Instant Pot, just turn it to the slow cook setting. So we're just gonna scoop the bacon out of this because you want all that fat to still be in the pan. Okay, so that bacon grease is still in the pan, so I'm gonna add in my 2 carrots, 1 onion, and 1 bell pepper. No one saw that. This is what dogs are for. Come on. They're like, yeah, it's a black-eyed pea, sorry kid. So we're just gonna saute up our vegetables here for just a few minutes. Okay, we are gonna cook this in the slow cooker for about 2 hours. So don't worry about everything being super cooked before you put it in there because it will continue to cook, obviously. But we're just trying to get a little saute, a little sear, add in that extra flavor. I mean, this is not that hard. And this is just a really good excuse for your husband to help the kids while you sit in the kitchen. I'm sorry, honey, I'm so busy cooking. Lance is back here going, so that's your trick. It'll get there. It'll get there. It'll get there. Okay, after that has been sauteing for about 5 minutes, then you want to add in your garlic. Garlic does get bitter if you cook it for too long or if it even slightly burns. So always start with your onions, peppers, celery, carrots, whatever it is that you have in here. Start with that. Ooh, still raw. Okay, we're gonna put that into our crock pot with all of that bacon grease because that's flavor. So you put that in the pot and then you just dump everything in. So we're gonna dump in our black-eyed peas. And then I have 1 can of hot Rotel, which you can do mild if you want. You can do diced tomatoes if you want. This is just, again, extra flavor. Then I'm gonna do about 1 pound of smoked sausage. Ooh. Oh!
You're in luck, Frank.
It's your lucky day, Franklin. And then I just bought this bag of greens trio because our grocery store was all out of plain collard greens. But this does have collard greens, kale, mustard, and turnip greens. So I feel like that'll be better anyways. So it's everyone else's loss. Ah! And then we're gonna put in, what is this, 4 cups of beef broth. And 2 cups of water. Put a little bit of salt on there just to season up those greens as they cook. And now we're just gonna set it on high, let it cook for an hour or 2 till all the greens are wilted. And that's it. That is gonna be our New Year's Day, black-eyed pea, collard green, good luck, lots of wealth, health, wealth, and happiness. And of course our cocktail. Cheers! Are you ready?
Yep.